My Albies.
Oh no.
So sorry.
What a shame. It has come at a real cost. She can't continue.
Stop everything. Because what just happened in Dubai wasn't just another WTA match. It was a surgical takedown disguised as a tennis match, and it ended in one of the most abrupt, shocking retirements of the season. This wasn't chaos. This wasn't luck. This was calculated destruction. Welcome back to the breakdown, the game inside the game. Today, we're dissecting the showdown at the WTA 1000 Dubai stage between Filipino phenom Alex Eala and American powerhouse Hailey Baptiste, a match that was supposed to be a war. Instead, it turned into survival of the fittest. Let's understand the context first. This wasn't a small 250 event tucked away on a quiet week of the calendar. This was a WTA 1000 tournament elite tier. Massive ranking points. Massive prize money. Suffocating expectations. And then there was the crowd. Dubai might not be Manila, but for Eala, it may as well have been home. The Filipino expat community showed up in force. The stadium was reportedly more packed for her match than any other that day. Thousands chanting your name. Thousands expecting brilliance. Thousands waiting to explode. That kind of pressure breaks young players. Eala didn't look overwhelmed. She looked locked in. That's the first sign something different is happening here. The mental shift. The composure. The readiness for the next level. Now let's talk tactics, because this is where the match was won long before the handshake. Hailey Baptiste's game is built on power.
Big first serve. Heavy forehand.
She wants short points and momentum swings.
But she has two known pressure points. 1.
Movement under sustained pressure. 2. Vulnerability behind the second serve, and Eala's team clearly circled that in red. From the first game, the plan was obvious. Attack the second serve. Every time Baptiste missed a first serve, Eala stepped inside the baseline like a predator sensing blood. There was no hesitation. No safe returns. She mauled it. Deep, aggressive returns into the corners. Heavy lefty spin dragging Baptiste off the court. Immediate scoreboard pressure. At 4-3 in the first set, the plan detonated. Baptiste misses first serve. Eala rips a clean return winner. Next point, another missed first serve. Eala forces a desperate error. You could literally see the shift in body language. Shoulders tight. Rushed motion. Overhit forehands. Baptiste suddenly knew, if she doesn't land the first serve, the point is gone. Eala removed her safety net. That psychological squeeze is lethal. When a player feels like they're serving without a parachute, panic creeps in. And panic changes mechanics. Mechanics lead to errors. Errors lead to collapse. On raw power, Baptiste probably wins. But tennis isn't about raw horsepower, it's about application. Eala's left-handed angles created constant discomfort. Wide serves into the ad court. Cross-court forehands bending away from Baptiste's strike zone. Relentless depth. There were rallies where Baptiste would unload absolute missile into the corner. And Eala would glide there.
Balanced. Calm.
Redirecting pace with interest. This wasn't trading bombs. This was energy management. Eala used Baptiste's power against her. She stretched her side to side. Especially targeting Baptiste's forehand on the run, a known instability in her game. Every rally was attacks. Every wide ball was interest added. And you could see the energy bar draining. It felt like watching a boxer facing a heavy hitter. The heavy hitter swings big early. The smarter fighter jabs, moves, resets angles, and lets fatigue do the rest. That's exactly what happened. The first set ended 6-4. On paper. Closed. In reality. Controlled. Eala converted 2 of 3 break points. Elite efficiency under pressure. When she had chances, she didn't blink. Set point was pure artistry. Forehand crosscourt. Painted the line. No hesitation. Baptiste didn't even move. That shot wasn't just a winner. It was a statement. I'm not here to survive. I'm here to dominate. And in WTA matches, especially physically intense ones, winning the first set often decides everything. Because now the pressure flips. Now the chaser feels the weight. Then came the moment nobody expected. No long medical timeout, no dramatic trainer sequenced, no extended explanation. Baptiste simply walked to the net. Handshake. Done. Confusion swept through commentary.
Fans were stunned.
Social media exploded. What just happened? The explanation came shortly after: abdominal injury. Now connect the dots. Serving heavily loads the abdominal muscles.
Rotation. Torque.
Explosion upward. If that area is compromised, your serve velocity drops. Your timing changes. Pain disrupts fluid motion. And what was Eala relentlessly attacking? The serve. By punishing every second serve, she forced Baptiste to go bigger on first serves.
To strain. To reach.
To stretch under pressure. Long rallies compounded the issue. Wide balls forced sudden directional changes.
Core engagement.
Emergency stabilization. Whether intentional or not, Eala's tactical blueprint amplified the stress on that injured area. Tennis is brutal like that. It's not always the clean winner that breaks you. Sometimes it's the constant, suffocating pressure that exposes something already fragile. Let's be clear. This was not a lucky retirement win. The dismantling had already happened. The psychological crack was visible. The strategic edge was undeniable. The scoreboard pressure was real. Eala dictated the patterns. She controlled the tempo.
She forced discomfort.
She converted when it mattered. That's not fortune, that's preparation, that's film studied, that's evolution. And here's the bigger takeaway: she handled a WTA 1000 stage like she belonged there. Crowd pressure? Managed.
Power opponent? Neutralized. Key moments?
Seized. That's how players transition from prospect to threat. If this version of Alexandra Eala continues, the tactically mature, mentally steady, angle-manipulating lefty, the rest of the tour is going to have to adjust. Because once a player proves they can expose your second serve under pressure, once they prove they can weaponize patience, once they prove they don't flinch in big arenas, they stop being a feel-good story. They become a problem. Dubai wasn't just a win, it was a warning. And if you were paying attention, you saw it clearly. This wasn't chaos. This was calculated. Stop everything. If you think you've ever seen a tennis match dominated from start to finish, think again. What unfolded in Dubai wasn't just a win, it was a masterclass in strategy, fitness, and mental toughness. Alexandra Eala didn't just beat her opponent, she systematically dismantled her. And when the match ended with an abrupt retirement, it wasn't chaos. It was the culmination of calculated pressure and relentless precision. Tennis is gladiatorial in its essence. It rewards aggression, punishes hesitation, and if you smell blood, you attack the wound. Eala, whether aware of it or not, executed a perfect game plan against a physically compromised Hailey Baptiste. By the time Baptiste walked to the net to shake hands, she knew she had no chance of winning. Eala had removed her only weapon, the serve, and left her defenseless. But let's pause here and give credit where it's due. Alexandra Eala's focus throughout the match was extraordinary. It would have been easy to get distracted when her opponent struggled to unconsciously lower your intensity, play down to their level, or even lose rhythm. But Eala didn't blink.
She didn't ease up.
She kept moving her feet, hitting her targets, and sustaining high intensity throughout. Every single point was played with purpose. Not once did she allow Baptiste a chance to regroup or find a second wind. That is the killer instinct tennis fans have been waiting to see from her. In Dubai, she slammed the door shut and locked it. And the implications of this victory extend far beyond the court. Winning a WTA 1000 match is massive. These tournaments are where careers are defined, ranking points accumulate, and the stakes are astronomical. By advancing to the second round, Eala not only earns crucial points but also moves closer to the top 100, closer to direct entries in Grand Slams, and closer to becoming a global household name, not just a Filipino sensation. Each victory validates her training at the Rafa Nadal Academy, the sacrifices her family has made, and the work she has poured into her game. It proves she belongs on this stage, among the very best in the world. The next round presents a different challenge. Jasmine Polini, a player similar in style to some of the opponents Eala has historically struggled against. But here's the difference: Eala arrives fresh, while others in the draw are grinding through long, exhausting matches. Baptiste's early retirement has given her a rare advantage: rest, recovery, and time to analyze her next opponent while the rest of the field is sweating it out under Dubai's punishing conditions. This is a strategic gift disguised as luck, but make no mistake, Eala earned it. Speaking of luck, there will always be critics. She only won because Baptiste retired, some will say.
Ignore them.
Eala controlled the first set. She was ahead in the second. The retirement merely finalized what she had already built. Tennis isn't won by chance. It's won by preparation, fitness, and mental clarity. Eala demonstrated all three. Baptiste came through qualifiers and her body broke down. Eala arrived ready, resilient, and precise. Availability is the best ability, and on this day, Eala was unquestionably the superior athlete. One aspect of her game that stood out was her backhand down the line. This shot is quickly becoming a lethal weapon for her. The host of the video noted multiple winners off this wing, a lefty advantage that forces opponents to hesitate. Combine that with her natural cross-court forehand, and you have a player who can manipulate angles and court geometry with devastating efficiency. Baptiste was constantly caught flat-footed, unsure which way to lean or how to position herself. Eala's variety, her touch, and her timing separated her from the pure ball bashers. She isn't just powerful, she's intelligent on the court, knowing exactly when to strike and how to open the court for maximum effect. And we cannot ignore the atmosphere. Home crowd energy in Dubai is real, palpable, and intimidating. Every point Eala won was met with deafening cheers. That kind of support doesn't just lift a player, it can rattle an opponent. Baptiste was effectively cast as the villain in this scenario, with thousands cheering against her every move. Eala thrived in that environment, smiling, fist-pumping, and fully embracing her role as a representative of her country. Even in victory through a retirement, she displayed class, checking on her opponent, acknowledging the fans, and maintaining composure. That combination of competitive fire and sportsmanship is rare, especially for a player so young. Let's break down some stats, because the numbers tell a story beyond the narrative. Eala kept her unforced errors low and her winner count healthy. But the standout stat was her breakpoint conversion, 2 out of 3. Many young players tighten up on these pivotal points, hesitating or trying to be passive, hoping for an opponent mistake. Eala played aggressively, seizing control of the racket and dictating outcomes. That's a hallmark of a maturing competitor. She doesn't wait for her opponent to falter, she goes out and creates her own opportunities. The abdominal injury that forced Baptiste's retirement is unfortunate, and we wish her a speedy recovery. She's a talented player with a bright future. But the broader lesson remains: tennis is a game of attrition. Eala's ability to physically outlast a stronger, more powerful opponent underscores her conditioning. She looks lean, explosive, and capable of sustaining peak movement for hours. Fitness is what allows her to execute precise shots with minimal effort. Heavy legs make even the best plans crumble. Eala's legs, however, stayed light, quick, and relentless throughout the match. So what does this encounter tell us? It was a victory of strategy over raw power, fitness over fatigue, and mental toughness over adversity. Alex Eala walked into a high-pressure arena, executed a perfect tactical plan, and emerged without a scratch. She dominated second-serve returns, controlled baseline rallies, and broke her opponent's will to continue. It doesn't get cleaner than that. If Eala brings the same focus, aggression, and tactical acumen into her next match against Polini, we could be witnessing a deep tournament run that shocks the WTA world. She has proven she can blend intelligence, composure, and physical readiness into a single cohesive performance, and that's the blueprint for lasting success at the highest level. Now I want to hear from you. Did you think Eala would win even if Baptiste hadn't retired? How impressed were you by her return game and her relentless targeting of the second serve? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to see your breakdown. Before you go, remember, tennis is a sport of nuance. The scoreboard never tells the full story. The match isn't over until the final handshake, but sometimes the story is already written in the way a player controls the court, manages the pressure, and executes the plan. Alex Eala did all of that and more in Dubai. This was a statement win.
A statement of intent.
A statement of skill. So like this video if you want more deep dives into rising WTA stars. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. Because if this match is any indication, Eala's journey is only just beginning. And in tennis, the story is never over, it only gets more compelling.